welcome back to Home Farm in Court Farm Country Estate. Now the cows and sheep are fed, and with our crops growing, we can turn our attention to cutting the grass. First, we need to check out something down at the shop. Let's get farming. So yeah, we're starting off down at the shop today. We have something in here, in the sales in fact, that's come up that is just massively useful for us. 36,893 for this Claus Mega 203-204 combine. Absolutely perfect combine for what we want on the farm. And it's not in great shape. You can see it's missing quite a bit of paintwork. So if we wanted to get it repainted, it would take a bit of work. But it should do pretty much exactly what we need it to. It's got the wide tires on it as default with the Trelleborg. Not really many other options on there. It has got manual discharge as an option on there. But otherwise it's good. We do need to get some extra cash for it. So we currently have minus 3,473. So we're going to have to borrow at least 40,000 in order to get this. So if we have a quick word with the bank, 40,000 should be fine. We do need to get this back down to sort of 300,000. So we'll take it up to 41,000. We're up to 365,000 on our loan. And that means we should easily have the 38,000. So we'll put the Michelins on this. Gives us a little bit more horsepower to play with if it's a 204. So we'll do that. Cabin, we've got the old shape or the new shape. It adds 7.5 grand on. So it's going to be the old shape cab. Beacons, we want all beacons for an extra 200. I want to take off the German on the back stickers. So we can go with standard class, larger class, or that. I'm just going to go with option 3, the slightly larger class logo on the back. Probably could have GPS on it, but I don't have the extra 15,000 to spend on it. I think we're going to add the accent color of the gray. And then license plate, we need to go and find somebody from Patreon. Congratulations to Simon Hardy. You've been selected at random from the producer level patrons to have your name represented in the number plate on our combine. So I've gone with HF for Home Farm 02 because the Claus Mega was produced from 1999 through to 2004. So nicely in the middle of that. And HDY for Simon Hardy. So congratulations to you. We are going to go okay to that. And then we're going to buy ourselves a combine. Yes, I do. And there we go. Sitting outside the shop waiting for us. Yeah, it has got quite a few paint chips and everything on it. But should do us fairly well, this. We'll come and get a header for it later. For now, I want to start this up. It's actually in pretty good condition. We shouldn't need to do any repairs straight away for this. We might go and do that. In fact, let's just take this into the workshop here and see if we can get it repaired up on our way. So park this here. And yeah, the repair is actually quite cheap at the moment, so we'll get it fully repaired before we take it. It does have quite a lot of paint paintwork that could be done to it, but I'm not too worried about that. Missed the shop. Wow, that was close. Right, let's get this back up to our farm and we can get working on the grass. This is going to be the trickiest bit on my whole journey back. There's a tree branch here. Yeah, that tree branch I have caught myself on way too many times so far. The fact that we've managed to get the combine past it, no problem, is really good news. So we'll get this back down here and through the gates. And we've got our combine back to Home Farm. I just need to work out exactly where I'm going to store this now. There's a shed up the top end Right, there's a couple of options. So we've got a shed up the top end here that actually would fit in fairly well, but I'm looking to have this really as feeding area, and getting the trailer up there might be a problem. What about down here? We've got a fairly large shed here. I don't know if it would fit in. It would certainly fit in here, but I'm thinking maybe using this for storing bales. So let's have a look. Let's see if it'll fit in the end one up here. And then we can go from there. So I'm going to turn my beacons off. And we'll bring our combine around here like so. Oh yeah, this is going to fit in this shed without much problem at all, I think. So into here, back it round. And yeah, that's looking very, very nice. That will fit in here perfectly, and we should be able to get the header trailer in as well, I think. So we'll leave that there, and we can start turning our attention around to our field and grabbing our Fent Favorite 822. I can get in the right machine. And then we'll be able to go and get the grass cut. Now, we need to do quite a bit more than just cutting the grass today. And I'm quite happy that it's still early days, or early in the morning here. It's 8:43. We need to get this field cut, baled, and collected today before we can get a plow on it and get it plowed up, because this grass field is not a fully workable grass field. It will work as such, but we can't really take full advantage of it with everything like precision farming and everything, because it's not a full grass field. It's not a fully maintainable grass field. So we'll give it a cut. We'll have a look and we'll see how things go. Let's switch to the back. Unfold. Switch to the front and unfold. Sorry, switch to the back now that we're on the field and unfold. And it does look like a full grass field. It looks really good, but I don't think it's actually set up as a field. Let's start up the mowers at the back, start up the mowers at the front. Okay, I haven't connected something. There we go. PTO's not connected. So connect the PTO. And lower together, hopefully. Is that going to work? No. Oh, yeah, it doesn't work on my side panel. It does work on the keyboard. I can do Control V and lower things together on the keyboard, so that's all good. And yeah, this is a nice grass field. It's just never been plowed and set up fully to do as a workable field. Oh, we've got a whole load of mud in the corners of it though. Yeah, that is not nice there, but we should be able to do the rest of the field, I think, without too much issue. I really need to get my workshop sorted out on the farm, because this tractor is getting very close to needing some work on it. We also going to need to fill the fuel tank. I've noticed this tractor is getting low on fuel as well. So both of those are things that we need to keep an eye on and get done in the coming couple of months, in order to basically just keep things running around here. I very much hope that it's not going to be too much of a hassle to do either of those. Once we actually sell this, sell the silage that we're going to get off this field, I think we'll be fine. I think we'll be able to do both of those things. We'll get a nice full fuel tank on the farm, and we'll get a good set of repairs done to this. Once we get a workshop set up, because as I said, that's the problem. We got a workshop area, but it's not actually enabled as a workshop on here. So I need to try and find a placeable I can put in there that will cover it. Let's lift the front mower and then lift the back mowers. Perfect. Right, and then we can maneuver ourselves back over here and start on the second headland, which means things are going fairly well because it's only 9:10 and we've already made it around the field once. Let's go around again and then we can start cutting in and getting the rest of this field done. That is some pretty good timing. Interestingly, despite this not being a field, I'm still getting a yield map off here, which is good. I'm happy to see that. I just want to double check though that I'm right about the whole setup on here. That's interesting. That is coming up as field maybe now that I've cut it. I'm wondering if there's been a change to precision farming, because at the moment that to me shouldn't be coming up as field. So I wonder if we rescan, if this will then give me a field setup for that, or whether it'll just go back to being normal once it's grown. It would be really, really cool if I didn't have to replow this field to get it to work properly with precision farming. I think it's going to be a little bit of experimentation. I think we'll roll it. We'll see if that works and that makes a difference. I think I've done this at the wrong angle. I'm kind of cutting it uphill, and we don't have that much overhead with our horsepower with this tractor and these mowers. So I think that's probably not the way to go in future. It's also cut a little bit weird shape-wise, turning halfway through the cut, which is not ideal either. So yeah, I think there are ways I can do this field better. You can see here how much this is struggling to go up this hill here, and just trying to work out which is the slope that it's working on. We seem to be going a little bit across the slope here as well, but I think the main slope of the field you can see is going across behind us there. So in future, I think I'll try and cut the field that way. Let's put this down here, and yeah, it looks like we are going to have this field cut before 11 o'clock, which is absolutely fantastic news. Right, so that's the field done. So we can get this now dropped off and go and grab our baler, get round here so this field is now nicely baled, and then yeah, just get it collected up and taken down to the BGA. Back it into the shed and drop it off. So I don't want to lower it down because it'll try and unfold it. There we go. That's got that off. And then we'll just spin this around and put the front mower in front and have that sorted. I do need to get a pressure washer for this farm. Our equipment is just getting so dirty. I think once we've sold these bales again, what we'll do is grab a pressure washer. We can grab one for about 1,000, so that should work fine for us. Let's drop that off. And there we go. That is off as well. And now we just need to connect up our Bent Massey Ferguson baler and get this field baled up. This tractor, I'm still so pleased at how well it's working on here. It's just a single tractor for us to run the whole farm on, plus our little skid steer over there. And it's just working really, really well for us. Just come up to 11:30 and we're making some really decent progress still on here. We are most of the way round the headlands. We've already got probably half a dozen to a dozen bales off here already, which is just immense. I mean, the yield on here is fantastic, and I am so pleased about that. I was worried that we were going to end up with this field giving us fewer bales than our previous field did. The one that we sold in order to be able to buy this farm. No, it seems to be producing a really reasonable, really decent amount of bales. It's not quite as big as our other field was, so I'm not expecting such a high output. But I don't know. It's really, really good. We seem to be getting a decent number of bales off here. Given the yields that I'm getting off here, I don't know if we actually need to worry about ploughing this in and replanting it. I'm not sure there's actually any advantage to it. We know we can track yields on here as a result of how this is working. And yeah, all it's going to do is cause us to have to do fairly unnecessary work in order to get... I'll turn that off. Let's try that again. It's going to cause us to do fairly unnecessary work to keep our environmental score up on this field if I go and do that. So I think we'll just try and avoid doing that and just roll this in. It will save us time. It will save us effort. Overall, it should be a better way to do things. Let me know what you think in the comments, though. You know, should I need to go and spray this and weed it and everything like that, or shall we just leave it and have it as a meadow like this that we cut and bale on a fairly regular basis with a half decent yield? I mean, that's the thing. It's not like the yield is horrible on here by any stretch at all. Yeah, you can hear the beep. We are running out of fuel in the tractor. We are going to have to deal with that in the near future. Hopefully these will ferment in the next couple of months and we can make a bit of cash to do that. The other thing is, if we get this field done today, we literally have nothing to do on the farm in June. So that means we can go and do contracts next time and try and earn a little bit of extra cash that way, which will be really useful because, yeah, as I said, we need to buy fuel and we need to repair this tractor. So being able to do both of those after a couple of contracts would be really, really useful. This will be our 24th bale and therefore will fill a trailer. So we are looking at a lot fewer bales off this field than we had off the other one. That is not surprising and does not worry me in the slightest. What we'll do is we will put a full trailer of bales down by the BGA, and then that will be to sell off later, and whatever we have left over on this field, however many bales are still kicking around here, we will then keep those for the farm and to feed the cows. Last 3 rows to go, and we've got a decent amount of grass left here to do. I think we might end up with maybe 28, 29 bales. Oh, easily. That's our 27th out. So, yeah, I don't think it's going to quite make it to 30, but does look like we're going to make it to 29. Can we squeeze 2 more bales out of here? I don't know, actually. That's quite a big ask, but that will give us about 5 bales for ourselves, which should be more than enough to keep the cows going for a while. Yeah, we're not going to get more than 29 bales out of here. I think we might get 1 more off this strip. We've been fairly good at getting all the grass up off the field, though. So 1 more, and as I said, we'll take the entire trailer full down to the BGA for selling later. Is this going to actually do it? 94% full. There must be enough grass kicking around this field somewhere just to finish this off. It's next to nothing that we need, and we've got a few spots. You can see there's a few spots just around the field that we might be able to just a couple of percent of grass from, I don't know, I think we might actually be a little bit short. I have scoured every inch of this field and I am just 5 liters short. I am now 3 liters short of a complete bale. Is that a small patch of, yes it is, there's a small patch of grass right by this bale here. We'll have to squeeze by it. It's done it! Oh man, that's insane. That is almost exactly a bale. There are a couple more patches. So we'd have had a couple of bits more to go to, but yeah, that's nuts to be almost exactly on a bale. I'm going to leave the couple of really tiny patches that are still on the field. But 29 bales in total, pretty much exactly off there. Time to drop our baler off and grab our stacker so that we can start collecting those up. And it's still not 1:30, so we're making good time still as well. And not a moment too soon do we finish that and the rain starts falling. That is about perfect, because it means that we've managed to wrap all the bales before they've got wet. Timing today is just working out so well. The more I dwell on it, the more I don't believe we need to plow this field and redo it. I think we've got enough bales off here to warrant not doing it. It's worked out fairly well. The yield has been nice and high. The grass seems none worse the wear for it, and it'll just add more work to it. On top of that, if we try and plow this today and seed it today with this rain, which looks like it's set in, we're gonna end up just sinking into the field. So yeah, much better just to roll this, get it ready for the next cut in a couple of months, which will be July, which might not be the best time to do any cuts, depending on how our crops are doing. If our crops are in a position where they're ready to harvest, I won't be cutting this grass in July. If I can, I will do, though, because it'll bring us in more money than a contract would. So yeah, choice between harvesting contract and cutting this again. We'll cut this again. But we'll have to see how things go. We've got 2 fields of our own to do, and they need to take priority. Given the timings, I'm not sure if those will be for that time of year, though, or not. Right, let's grab this bale here and one more. And that will then be a full set of bales here. And then we just have 5 left on the field. 1, 2... 3, 4. Where's my 5th? I'm missing a bale, and I need to find it. We'll have a look at that when we come back. But yeah, I think I've had a bale roll off somewhere. I was wondering if there was a petrol station anywhere on the map that I could go and refuel my tractor at, just so that I didn't have to buy a whole load of fuel to get this, to get my single tractor refueled. But doesn't look like this case. I had a quick look around and doesn't seem to be anywhere where I can get this refueled without having to buy some at my yard. So we'll do that at some point. I am intrigued while I'm down here how much the repairs for this tractor will cost. So we might just pop into the shop and have a look at that. I'm not sure, given how much the repairs to my combine that I've just bought were, if it will actually be that expensive. So we'll give it a check and have a look. As before, we're going to stack these over this side of here and let them ferment. It should take a couple of days to do that. So again, it'll be a case of once we have these ready, we'll come down here and do that. Might be the middle of harvest though, given what we're looking at. All right, let's put this here, unload. Yep, that will be a perfect place for that. So we're getting a single stack off here, although we weren't getting a full stack off the other field either. So it's not massively less. It is less though, because we are only going to have one stack to deal with here, and I'm happy with that. We do have another small field that we could cut. So looking at our farm, we've got this field here we've just done, and this field here, this is the one that is that we bought and also can cut. I'm just looking at this. I'm wondering if my environmental score has dropped on this field at all. That's soil types. What does that list? So the one to look at is soil sampling. Soil sampling on here is fine. What we've got is a lower than expected nitrogen. Yeah, lower than expected nitrogen, lower than expected pH slightly, and lower than expected weed control. I think this is treating this as a field now, interestingly. So yeah, we might have to go and deal with that and see if we can improve our environmental score, because everything else was on our other field and has all been done. As I said, while I'm here, I'm going to just bring this into the workshop, see how much it would cost to repair. Got a little bit of money in the bank left over from earlier. 2,600. Yeah, we don't have enough to repair that. So we're going to have to leave that for today. We need to get some more cash in, and once we've got some more cash in, we can repair our tractor. It means our horsepower is down a little bit, which might have been why we were struggling on the hills. I might try and just put a little bit of fuel, though, into our fuel bowser back at the farm and see if that we can alleviate that little bit of a worry. So let's bring this back down here, and we'll just park up near this. Can I refill this? Here we go. Down here. That's going to be too much. 1,000 liters is going to use all of our money. Yes. I don't have enough. No, I don't have enough for fuel even. So, yeah, we're going to have to just keep working on with this. Hopefully won't run out of fuel. Oh, at least it's not red yet. If it was red, I'd be really worried. Instead, it's just beeping at me and telling me I need to refuel. We're definitely going to have to do a contract next time, or contract or two, I think, and just try and sort this situation out a little bit, because right now our farm has very little money. I don't want to have to borrow money to keep us going. I'd rather borrow money to invest, like having to buy a combine like that worked well. Buying land is a great reason to borrow money as well. Just to keep the farm running, that is not a great reason to buy money. So we really want to avoid doing that if we can. I am going to roll this field in now, though, and that should mean that everything works fine. I might scan it once, see if we can scan it again once we've rolled it in. I don't think we have the money to do that either. So, yeah. Oh, no. Down and done. Is that rolling it? Yes, that is rolling it. And if we have a look at this screen over here and turn on the grass and turn on the growth. Yep, that is setting up a growth stage as well, as the rollers do in precision farming. So yeah, we want to get this rolled, and it looks like in general our grass field is unaffected by us not reploughing it. So I'm just not going to do it. It's going to cause us a heck of a lot more work if I try and do that. Much easier just to keep working it as we are. In my haste to get back onto this, I completely forgot we still have a few bales kicking around on this field. I need to go and well, I think what we'll do, rather than using the bale stacker, we'll go and grab our skid steer and see if we can get that through the mud and onto the field, just to collect those up, because there aren't many of them. I don't know where that 5th bale is though, which is a little bit odd. With 29 bales, we should have one more bale kicking around here, and I can't see it at the moment, so it must have rolled off somewhere. This is more how I meant to cut the field, so we'd get that little weird area out of the way there and then have nice straight runs up and down the field like this. Wasn't to be though, and we still seem to do everything fairly efficiently. I'm still not sure where this 5th bale is. I know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna go and try and get my field beans harvested later in the year, and I'll find a silage bale in the middle of it. It's around here somewhere. I'll find it in a bit, but yeah, it's rolled off somewhere. Must have. The bales are in the way now, so I need to just see if I can get this past the mud. Not too bad. It looks fairly okay down the side of that wall there. Where are we? We've got, yeah, 4 bales here. So we'll take them 2 at a time, and then I need to find out where that 5th one is. I think I'll go searching for that after I've done all of these. Right, and in, and get the second one. Whoa! I spun round too far, and it meant the bale started moving. Sometimes this skid steer can just move really quickly. Yeah, as I get close with this, it releases the bale, and as a result the bale starts rolling down the hill before I can grab it. So if we position ourselves here, and it starts, now it's not going to start rolling, is it? That's wonderful. Right, we're just going to have to be quick then. In and grab and off. There we go. The plan wasn't really to be doing field work like this with this skid steer. It's not really designed for that, and getting it through the mud isn't great. We are able to get it on here and get these cleared, but it's not ideal. Let's back that off slightly, get that on the ground, and that. But it is working, and we are able to get everything working as we should. And we'll be able to now get back to rolling this field and finishing off our work. All in all, I think this grass field is a bit more manageable than our last one. Yes, we're getting fewer bales off here, but I've not felt rushed at any point trying to get this job done today. So that is a big plus to this. We should be able to get the other little grass field cut at some point. I don't want to do that next time because I don't want to do too much of this in a row. But certainly we have that option there to get just a few more bales off if we need to. So that is all good. Lots of people have told me actually that the sheep take hay bales. So we're going to test that at some point in the future. I didn't think they did on this map. In fact, I'm fairly sure early on I did test that and see if we could feed them hay bales, and that was a big no. So we will test that again on this farm. I've not tried it on this farm, but certainly on Court Farms itself, they didn't seem to want to take the hay bales last time I tried to feed them that. So we'll give that another go at some point. All in all, it's working out quite well. I need to just get the last few rows or the last bit of this field rolled. And yeah, things will have been fairly successful. All in all, I think this has been pretty perfect, including my last roll of the day. It's gone absolutely spot on for the full width of my roller. That could not really have ended better. I am very, very happy. We've managed to get all of the grass fields done today. We are in a position where we've got lots to be doing in the next few months. We're going to be doing a bit of contracting next time, as I said, because I don't think any of our crops are going to be ready. There may be some crops somewhere that are ready, so we might get some combining done. I'm going to be keeping an eye out for a header for our combine as well. So hopefully we might be able to get one of those before harvest starts. If not, we'll have to either buy a new one or lease one for a while. And yeah, in general, I think we're in a fairly good place. Other than the cash flow at the moment, things are looking pretty good. So that is where I am going to end it for today. Very, very happy. We've got lots more silage bales to sell in a couple of months. And the farm is looking in a strong position. For now, though, all that remains is for me to say
thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Special thanks to all my patrons and channel members. Your support is invaluable in making these videos and helping the channel to grow. For more from Virtual Farmer, check out the links below, follow on Twitch to watch live, and for more videos, subscribe and ring that bell. I will see you next time. Goodbye.